Welcome back to News Geelong. We crossed to Cardinia Park talking with Geelong winning VFL midfielder Dom Gleeson. Dom, Geelong are about to play in the grand final rematch against Port Melbourne. There's great memories from that one day in September. What was your best memory of that day?
Yeah, great memories. I think every minute for me was the highlight for me. I've watched the game quite a few times and reminisced quite a bit, and really looking forward to this week and what Port Melbourne. I'm sure they'll come out and bounce back after losing against us in the grand final, but also last week against North Ballarat. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, before we go into this Saturday's match, which could be, well, it is the match of the round in Geelong with the AFL team interstate. Looking back on the season so far, it's been great for you. You've been in top four. Geelong, I don't think they've been outside of the top four. And also you had the opportunity to captain the state. So tell us how your last 2 to 3 months have been.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a whirlwind. I mean, it's great to have the support of the football club saying that I'm allowed to represent my state, and then going through that whirlwind of making the squad and then being announced captain, which was great. But I'd have to go back and say that it's all Geelong's doing and their guidance over the last 2 months, and you're only as good as the team you put around you, and my teammates are probably the best in the comp, I'd say.
There was a winning streak at the start of the year for the Geelong boys in VFL. A few losses, a few minor hurdles, but you're back on the winners list. And a fortnight ago, the win against the Northern Blues was fantastic, considering the circumstances of the AFL boys injured.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we only had 4 listed AFL players. The rest were VFL top-up players like myself, and everyone chimed in and played their role, and that's what we expect, and they did that, and it just makes it a whole lot easier going forward in the season, and bouncing or coming off a bye after Port Melbourne have played I think 3 games in 11 days. Sorry, they'll be tired, and hopefully we come out fresh and ready to go.
Yeah, well, you pinched off my next information. They are coming off the Foxtel Cup, but what is your main goal to get it out of this 3rd and 4th match tomorrow afternoon, Saturday?
Yeah, well, I mean, every game you play, you're out there to win. Obviously, it's as simple to put as that. But I mean, as long as we go back and play our role and our Geelong way, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty evident watching the senior side run around the AFL, and we're trying to emulate that. And they've started poorly and finished great, well, and we're doing the same. So we just got to put 4 quarters together, like against the Northern Blues.
Yeah. Well, we're very thankful to have this Werribee legend be at Geelong for about, I think, 18 months now. Hopefully we'll see you here maybe next year as well.
Yeah, look, I body's feeling good, touch wood. But yeah, looking forward to the next couple of months, and hopefully we can go a step further and win 2 in a row.
Thanks for that, Dom. And we're looking forward to the VFL Grand Final rematch tomorrow. We'll return to Cardinia Park now, talking to AFL coach Chris Scott.
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah, players are as well. I think we've had a good break. We've had this period planned for a long time. Yes, some of them went further than others. I mean, we basically had players, some spread around the country, some spread around the globe, and we're really open to working with our players on those sort of things. We have given them a fair bit of time off in one block, and we trust them to do the right thing. We're across everything that the players were doing, and we put a lot of thought into some of those decisions, but we're really comfortable that they've all done the right thing and they've come back ready to go.
Mainly the older players that wanted to take off a break, and the younger players tended to stick around the club a little more?
Oh no, we were very specific in that all the players should get away from the club, so the younger players weren't around. The ones that have injury issues unfortunately need to be around a little bit more, but we trust our 18-year-olds the way we trust our 28-year-olds. I mean, there's probably a few credits that you get by virtue of experience, but we'd like to think that we're pretty flexible with all our players and treat them like mature elite athletes. Yeah, potentially that might apply to really only one player. We haven't decided on that completely yet, so that's a possibility. It won't be more than one though. Yeah, as far as I know, he is. Yeah. No, I've caught up with Jimmy, and he had a great time, and he's come back ready to go. It's his program over the break was well planned, and we spent quite a bit of time on it. And we're really comfortable with the outcome. I mean, the proof will be in the pudding, but I'd be very surprised if Jimmy Bartell doesn't play great footy in the last half of the season. And we understand that people out there in the football world will have differing views, and to be honest, there are differing views within our football club as well. But it was a well-considered decision and one that we're very, very comfortable with. I'm not going to go into the specifics of the conversation that we had, but it actually was. No, it was very different to Jimmy coming to me. It was a conversation that's evolved over a 12-month period, to be honest. Without giving you all the details, I think I drove the conversation more than Jimmy did. We haven't decided that yet. So he's the one player that we will have a little bit of a think about. He has had some issues that we've had to manage over the last 18 months. And he's come back in pretty good shape and he's feeling pretty good. He certainly would be available to play if we absolutely needed him to for this week. But we consider more than just this week when we manage our players. So if it's better for him later in the season not to play, then we'll probably do that.
Thanks for that, Chris. And for those VFL fans watching, remember, tomorrow the Geelong versus Port Melbourne game will be on ABC as of 1 p.m. at Simmons Stadium. Well, that's it for sport this Friday evening. Back to you, Rollo.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you for being with us on News Geelong this winter Friday evening. And all the best on your upcoming trip to Lithuania. Alex, we'll see you in about 3 weeks' time. Have a safe trip. Uncle Jim has just sent through the mail for tomorrow's On the Punt at the home of thoroughbred racing, Flemington. And it's race number 5, horse number 12. And it's called Dash for Viz, V-I-Z. And it's to be ridden by the Warrnambool jock, Dean Yendall. Thank you, Uncle Jim. A little unlucky last week, with your tip of Classic Chloe forced to run 3 wide for most of the journey, using up valuable energy needed in the run home. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning at 8 for the ladies of the Geelong and District Football League netball, to be followed at 8:30 by the Geelong and District Footy League footy show, with Digital Dick at the helm. And yes, he's back, the insect, Grubbycations. He's been let loose for the day, gumboots and all. So tune in for the most informative and often jovial discussion around local footy. To the Trojan of winter conditions and our own local horse whisperer at the Geelong Racing Club each day of racing on the horse and stall skate, Ray Digger Digby. Keep up the great work, Digger, and remember to take your time and smell the flowers. From all the team at News Geelong, enjoy a pleasant evening and a safe week. Until next Friday evening, we wish you a very good night.